Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm outside. It's so gorgeous outside today and we're going to be doing part 3 of finishing this painting. We have not had much sunshine. We have not had much sunshine this summer, and so I'm really excited that finally it is absolutely beautiful outside. I will roll some clips from the other day when I did start working on some more elements to be added to this piece, and then we'll jump right back to now and keep working on it. Have I mentioned, because I think that it's important that I do, that this is the biggest piece that I have ever tried to paint. Biggest canvas, and it is truly testing me based just purely off the size. I'm usually someone who likes to use, like, I think the biggest one I've done is an 18 by 24, so this is really pushing it. Aside from that though, I do want to address, I did get a really great comment on my video of part 2 of working on this painting, and someone did mention if it was actually a good idea to use Elmer's glue on these mandalas, which is a very good point. And yes, I will be going back over. I think I'm going to be going back over with hot glue, just because that's what I have available. But yes, a stronger glue is definitely going to be used on these. Before we get too far into this video, I did just want to quickly show you these new shoes that just came. They're from a company called Memory, and they're 100% leather, and their soles I can actually walk in, which if you're into vintage shoes, you know how hard that can be, because a lot of them have costume soles. Sorry about how disgusting these are. But they're beautiful, and I'll show you just quickly what they look like on before we get into it, because, you know, vintage and art have a place together. So you will look at these shoes before we get into the art. Like, look at how gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Talk about painting in style. Ah! Also, I need someone to appreciate them as much as I do, so. Forgotten how beautiful the fumes are. So this is kind of what I'm going for. Obviously I started too far in one corner, so I'm going to have to wait till it dries and then move it so I can finish this little section here. But this is what it's kind of roughly going to look like, and I do need to remove all the hairs. It's very strange to me the different places you can pick up ideas. Like, for example, I got the idea to do a glue gun on parchment paper from, I was watching a YouTube video on some woman who was doing a makeup look. She was like, now I'm gonna do these little glue beads and put them on my face as dewdrops. And this is what she did. So I said, well now, I rather like that idea. Here we go. I just need to finish this part here. so it looks a little bit more proportional, but this is the idea. Alright, I think I have all the mandalas that I need. Doing any more is probably overkill because I am just only planning to cover a smaller section with them. I think they are so cool because they do have this really fun bend to them and they are connected.
We are going to get nice and close to the artist in question, get the camera angle just perfectly exact, so we can see exactly what's going on here in her artistic abilities if she hunches over the canvas and in some attempt of mediocrity.
I have a vision for covering up this flower here with a beautiful yellow to really get this color block thing going on. So, we don't have a palette. I just realized that. Oh well. My glue mandalas are melting.
Oh, I'm embarrassed to say that was a
terrible experience. I was one with the elements in the most awful way. I got bitten by a mosquito and the sun was so hot. I was so excited, and now I have to go back to my little corner. But you know what? I guess it's just about getting the work done and not being in a pretty environment. Although, wouldn't we love to be inspired out in nature? But honestly, I waited until it was too hot outside. At least there's a power outlet, which there wasn't outside, so I can glue some things with my little glue gun. Okay, so just imagine this. Like coming off the frame like that. And I think I may just go ahead and possibly just stick them on there first and then go through and paint them. I don't know. I'll see. Can't be too mad at me for coming inside because I did open window, so I still get that outside experience. So I just went ahead and I painted this one too, which I love. And look what happened. I was painting the blue and I suddenly got this idea that I could use these beautiful mandalas as print. So I could print the shape of them onto the canvas as well. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm super excited. I'm loving these tropical colors. Ooh. So I just re-glued the little metal mandala disc fun things. I can't think of words for them. And I'm going ahead and painting all my mandalas and choosing places to put them, which is really fun. I'm thinking that I'm going to either keep some of them just the plain glue like this, and other ones I will paint. For example, I think I'm going to paint this one gold, but it depends on the placement. I really do want one right here. So I wanted a subtle color. I don't know how white will look. White may look good, so I may go with that. But as you can see, this section over here is very, very white. So we need to add some color back in here. And this church is looking a little, it's just not very strong in this corner. So we're going to fix that. I'm gonna bring you closer. What I wanted to do was put this one right here and kind of cut some of it out. So it looks like it's emerging from the house, so I may do that. I cannot believe I am about to say this, but we are done. I'm done. I'm finally done with this painting. 9 months later. Let me show you. Look at her. Ah! I am so excited this is done and so excited to share this with you. So I did do some work off camera, though most of it I did record, but I will be walking through everything that I did to it and yeah, everything that pulled it together and made it complete. So the first thing that I did is I put on all these beautiful mandalas. Some of them are covered in glitter, others in different layers of paint. I actually popped this one off slightly off the surface of the canvas to give it a sense of it maybe having a shadow underneath there with paint. And then I did go through and draw some beautiful ink lines here, and yes, add some more mandalas here. I did a lot of things that I have never done before. I have never really combined any of my mandala work that I do with my acrylic painting. I also played around with glitter, and I reused plastic and aluminum foil and some other stuff which I've never done before as well. I am really proud of the amount of growth that I've gone through doing this painting. I think because it's taken me 9 months, I've really changed and developed as an artist as well, which has partly made it a little bit more complicated. Like for example, the flowers at first was really hard for me to work around, but I feel like in the end they combined, because when I first started doing this piece, I was very much just painting objects. I was a bit lost because it's such a big canvas, so I kind of stuck some flowers and then I had some other shapes. But I think having the amount of time I did in order to work on it meant that I really could reflect on what I wanted to bring in. It's been a journey, it really has been a journey, but I'm so glad I was able to share some of it on YouTube, and so you could see what some of my process is like. It's just been fun. I've never actually filmed myself working, but I really love sharing that with you. I think it's important for artists to share process just as much as product, and because I value the process so much, I really do enjoy showing you the making, you know, just as much as the finished result, because looking at this, you're like, oh great, you know, it's a finished piece of artwork, but the journey can be so different, and sometimes you have, you know, no idea what that journey is, and it can be completely different than what you imagined, you know, because when I first started this piece in November last year, I kind of gave up on it. I was like, there's no way I can make this work, I hate this, you know, but I've really turned it into something really beautiful, and I've turned it into something that I'm really proud of. I've really just tried to encapsulate joy within it. It's a very colorful piece, a very happy piece. I feel very happy looking at it, and I was also very happy while I was doing it, and it's, you know, a city of joy. So let me know what you think of it. Any comments, any, you know, feelings. Does it also make you feel really joyful as well? I'm really excited. I feel like celebrating. This is such a big moment 9 months of work, and even though it hasn't, you know, been consistent, I have, you know, put it aside and just left it for a month or two sometimes. The intention of completing it, and I think also the mental work that has gone on around what could I do with this, you know, how could I either make it better or pick it up again, you know, or do something with it, has always been present. Who did the art piece? I did the art piece. Who finished this art piece? I finished this art piece. This painting feels like a celebration to me about being bold, being confident in who you are and the choices that you make. Life is so much more fulfilling and such a happier place when you really just lean into everything that is uniquely you. It is exactly who it is. And I love it for that. You know, is this going to be the best piece of work I ever do? No, but I don't want to look at it in a judgmental or a critical way in any sense, because it's done and it's just existing, and that's enough, and I just had fun making it. Thank you everyone who's watched my videos and been part of this as well. Being part of a process, sharing a process, celebrating a process is so important. I'm going to celebrate this final product just as much as I would the process as well. I want to give it a hug, but I'm worried I'm going to mess it up. Let's toast. To the subconscious, to the mind, to you, to me, to creativity, to acrylic paint, to glue. Thank you. I'm just gonna be enjoying the out. And I'm just going to be enjoying the trucks. It looks like I'm in nature, so I'm just going to... Why do they all start going as soon as I start filming? Anyways, I will...